or she also doesn't want to do an NBA one, struggle, and then it's like, oh, why is she even in the WNBA 3-point contest? Because if you look at her percentages, because of that high degree difficulty shots she takes, maybe she's not. They don't think she's the best 3-point shooter. I don't think she is. Give me Kayla McBride over Caitlin Clark from 3. I don't know, blasphemy, but give me that. Give me her over Caitlin. Still though, let's listen to what Al Duncan has to say.
Contest with Steph and Sabrina. The numbers.
The anticipated 3-point shooting competition featuring Caitlin Clark during NBA All-Star Weekend will not materialize. Clark's debut in such competitions will instead occur during WNBA All-Star festivities. Additionally, the expected rematch between Sabrina Ionescu and Stephen Curry has been canceled, with organizers citing concerns that it wouldn't match the previous year's excitement level. Both Clark and Ionescu declined participation several weeks ago, prompting various reactions from basketball analysts and media personalities. Stephen A. Smith offered strong support for their decisions, interpreting their choices as strategic messaging about league priorities and product development.
Steph and Sabrina, the numbers were up 31% from the 3-point contest the year before, 4.6 million. In the W on their Friday night where they do their 3-point contest, their numbers were up 142%, but that rating was 695,000. They are absolutely saying you are no longer going to loan our names out. Steph, if you want to battle me in a 3-point contest, how about you come show some love, something that you've always done in this space, and make sure that you help our product grow as well, as opposed to just continuing to see you get bigger numbers when you already have.
Go ahead, Wendy. Wendy, real quick.
Smith's analysis suggested these athletes are emphasizing their commitment to elevating women's basketball rather than participating in cross-promotional events. He praised their focus on developing their own product and building independent momentum rather than relying on collaborative opportunities with men's basketball. The decision reflects confidence in their ability to generate excitement and viewership through their own platform. Media coverage highlighted the significant ratings impact of previous cross-league competitions. The Curry-Ionescu matchup generated a 31% increase in viewership compared to standard 3-point contests, reaching 4.6 million viewers. Meanwhile, WNBA All-Star Friday programming experienced a remarkable 42% ratings boost, though total viewership reached 69.5.
Go ahead, Wendy. Wendy, real quick.
The WNBA, the NBA needs WNBA stars more in All-Star Weekend than vice versa. WNBA All-Star Weekend was awesome last year.
And I also do want to make this a point that, like, a lot of people talking about how good the WNBA All-Star Weekend was last year. No one watched the Friday night. The Friday night was so bad. Like, I get it. Like, it was a 3-point contest and a skills challenge. Nothing else. And Alicia Gray.
These statistics demonstrate the leverage possessed by women's basketball stars in negotiating participation terms, rather than continuing arrangements where their involvement primarily benefits already established NBA programming. These athletes appear to be prioritizing their own league's growth and development. Ionescu's previous WNBA 3-point contest performance established her credentials in this format. She set nearly unbreakable records with exceptional accuracy, making approximately 15 to 16 consecutive shots in a display comparable to legendary NBA performances by players like Craig Hodges. Her dominance in the original format, featuring 5 shots from each position with money ball opportunities, demonstrated elite shooting ability.
Nothing else, and Alicia Gray won both. She won both of them. My predictions were so wrong. I think I predicted... Did I predict Marina Mabrey to win? I predicted her to win the 3-point contest, and I predicted Kelsey Mitchell to go in the skills challenge. I was so wrong last year, because I predicted Wheeler. And then Mitchell took her spot, and Mitchell was not great. But I would love to see something. I would love... Like, I know it would be a shock, but I would love to see the layup contest.
Clark's situation differs somewhat, as she has not yet participated in WNBA 3-point competitions. Speculation suggests she may be concerned about potential negative perception if she struggles in NBA format before establishing herself in women's league events. The complexity of game shooting versus contest shooting presents different challenges that may influence her decision-making. Analysis of Clark's shooting percentages and shot selection reveals questions about contest suitability. Her tendency toward high-difficulty attempts during games may not translate optimally to structured competition formats. Some observers suggest other players, such as Kayla McBride, might be superior pure shooters for contest purposes. The broader implications extend beyond individual participation decisions. WNBA All-Star Weekend programming requires expansion beyond current three-point and skills competitions. Previous years featured limited Friday night content, with Alicia Gray winning both available events, generating modest viewer engagement. Potential enhancements could include innovative competitions such as layup contests showcasing creativity and athleticism. The Shooting Stars format from previous NBA events could be adapted, featuring teams combining legendary players, current stars, and special guests. For example, Indiana could field Tamika Catchings, Caitlin Clark, and Tyrese Halliburton, while New York might feature Becky Hammon, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jalen Brunson. Such expanded programming would require coordination across 12 teams, with preliminary rounds leading to championship competitions involving multiple shooting challenges from various court positions. This approach would provide more comprehensive Saturday night entertainment beyond current limited offerings. The leverage discussion extends to broader All-Star Weekend dynamics. Women's basketball stars increasingly possess negotiating power comparable to elite NBA players like Stephen Curry and LeBron James. This shift reflects growing viewership, engagement, and cultural relevance of women's basketball. NBA All-Star Weekend faces its own engagement challenges, with declining competitive intensity and viewer interest in traditional events. The contrast with WNBA programming, where participants demonstrate genuine competitive effort, highlights different approaches to showcase events. Future possibilities remain open for cross-league competitions, particularly if Clark and Ionescu achieve success in upcoming WNBA contests. A potential matchup featuring both women against NBA's Splash Brothers could generate significant interest, though questions remain about contest shooting adaptability versus game performance. The decision by these prominent athletes to prioritize league-specific events represents a significant development in women's basketball positioning. Rather than seeking validation through NBA collaboration, they're asserting the independent value and growth potential of their own platform. This strategic approach may influence future cross-promotional opportunities and league relationship dynamics. Current developments suggest a maturation process where women's basketball establishes its own identity and market position rather than relying on association with men's programming for legitimacy or exposure. The ratings data and audience engagement metrics support this independent approach as financially and strategically viable. Recent events have sparked intense debate when exceptional ability collides with volatile behavior, resulting in devastating criticism from prominent sports media personalities. The situation involves Angel Reese experiencing one of her most challenging periods, while receiving harsh evaluation from influential broadcasting figures regarding professional conduct standards. The controversy centers around conflicts between individual talent and emotional control, highlighting deeper issues within competitive athletics. Current circumstances reveal how personal frustrations can overshadow team objectives and professional responsibility. The Chicago Sky organization faces significant challenges this season, posting a 5-13 record that places them among the league's poorest performing teams. Despite impressive individual statistics from key players, collective performance continues declining with devastating results. Recent struggles include 7 defeats in 10 contests, representing systematic failure rather than temporary setback. Individual achievements fail to translate into team success, creating mounting pressure that manifests in various problematic ways. Rather than channeling difficulties into productive leadership, certain players have demonstrated increasingly concerning behavioral patterns that threaten organizational stability. The situation reached critical levels during a crucial Washington matchup, where competitive intensity exposed character flaws under pressure. The contest remained tied at 77 points entering the final minute, presenting opportunities for leadership demonstration during decisive moments. Washington's Shakira Austin missed consecutive free throws, creating momentum-shifting possibilities for Chicago. However, Austin recovered her own rebound and scored, establishing a 79-77 advantage that dramatically altered game dynamics. The arena atmosphere intensified as crucial possessions unfolded. Reese responded by earning foul shots and converting both attempts to restore parity, momentarily suggesting potential heroic contributions when circumstances demanded excellence. Unfortunately, subsequent events revealed contrasting character traits that undermined any positive momentum. With 30 seconds remaining, Chicago faced another foul call and initiated a challenge review. During this timeout period, Ann Crosby, the organization's basketball operations vice president, approached with strategic information and tactical adjustments. Professional protocol requires players to accept coaching input respectfully, particularly during critical game situations. situations where every detail matters significantly. However, the response demonstrated shocking disregard for organizational hierarchy and competitive professionalism. The clipboard containing strategic information was violently knocked away in an explosive display of temper that stunned observers and teammates alike. This destructive action occurred in full view of spectators, officials, and media representatives, creating immediate controversy. Rather than recognizing the severity of this unprofessional conduct and offering immediate apologies, the situation escalated through social media channels. Public statements suggested minimal remorse while attempting to justify inexcusable behavior through emotional explanations. The subsequent Twitter response compounded the initial incident by maintaining defiant attitudes rather than demonstrating growth or accountability. References to being upset were paired with crying emoji symbols, treating serious misconduct as trivial entertainment rather than acknowledging professional standards violation. This public reaction transformed a private moment requiring personal development into a spectacle that damaged both individual and organizational reputations. The response demonstrated fundamental mental understanding of professional responsibilities and public representation duties. Historical context reveals this incident represents part of a concerning pattern rather than an isolated mistake. Previous confrontations with officiating crews included inappropriate language and threatening statements during post-game interviews that should focus on basketball analysis rather than personal grievances. Media personality Stephen A. Smith delivered comprehensive criticism addressing both specific incidents and broader cultural issues within professional basketball. His response emphasized the importance of maintaining professional standards while highlighting contrasting approaches to league representation. Smith's analysis extended beyond individual criticism to examine systemic problems involving jealousy and unprofessional behavior that undermines collective success. He characterized problematic attitudes as counterproductive auditions for negative attention rather than constructive team building. The comparison between contrasting player approaches became central to Smith's argument, particularly regarding Caitlin Clark's impact on league growth and visibility. Statistical evidence supports claims about dramatic viewership differences based on player participation. When Clark competes, WNBA programming averages 1.178 million viewers compared to 394,000 without her presence. This threefold difference demonstrates unprecedented individual impact on league-wide commercial success and fan engagement levels. Smith emphasized that Clark's influence extends beyond statistics to encompass marketing value, highlight generation, and franchise development. Her presence transforms basketball into entertainment that attracts diverse audiences and creates sustainable growth opportunity. The criticism highlighted how some players focus more on disrupting successful narratives than building their own positive contributions. Instead of leveraging increased attention for collective benefit, certain individuals prioritize confrontation over collaboration. Physical targeting and inappropriate conduct toward marquee players ultimately damages league-wide interests when injuries force extended absences. The resulting decreases in ticket prices, viewership, and merchandise sales demonstrate financial consequences of destructive behavior patterns. Smith's message emphasized the importance of supporting rather than undermining factors that drive league success. Players must choose between contributing to positive growth or remaining obstacles to progress that benefits everyone involved. The clipboard incident serves as a metaphor for broader approaches to professional basketball, representing destructive tendencies that prioritize individual emotions over team objectives. Such behavior patterns create negative headlines that overshadow athletic achievements and organizational goals. Character development requires emotional control, respect for colleagues and staff, and focus on winning rather than personal grievances. Without addressing these fundamental issues, problematic patterns will continue generating controversy rather than contributing to competitive success. Professional athletics demands representation of teams, organizations, leagues, and sports as a whole. Individual actions reflect on larger entities and carry responsibilities that extend beyond personal satisfaction or emotional expression. The contrast between bridge building and bridge burning approaches to professional development illustrates choices available to all athletes. Success requires embracing positive opportunities rather than resisting changes that benefit collective interests. Current circumstances demonstrate consequences of choosing destructive paths over constructive engagement with evolving league dynamic. Progress continues regardless of individual participation, leaving non-contributors increasingly isolated from mainstream success.